What is happening, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. It's your boy Dabid Music. Today we're just gonna vibe out. It's been a minute since I've made a how to make a beat from scratch, so we're just gonna cook up some things, see what I can come up with, you know what I'm saying? Get a little bang, get a little chop, get a little kick. Alright. Anyways, for those of you that are new on my YouTube channel, I make beats from scratch. I flip things to EDM. I'm going to be putting up some jam sessions and in the future some new releases as well. If you want to stay tuned, hit that subscribe button for me, you guys. It means the world. When you hit the bell, it'll let you know when all of my stuff is up. And if you don't want to, you know, I see how it is. I really see how it is. Nah, I'm just playing. But for real, thank you so much for those who do. Let's get to the show. Yeet! Alright guys, so I have here opened up my preset as I usually do. I'm gonna start off with some chords. I feel like just laying down some keys, so let's just kind of experiment, see what I can come up with. Yep, we're laying that down. Let's do 105 BPM. I kind of feel like a chill upbeat. Let's get it. Let's check that out. I'm gonna fix a couple notes here because messed those up. So I'm gonna change up the sound a bit so it doesn't sound too moody. I'm gonna make it a little bit more electronic. I'm gonna use, I've been feeling this little womp that I made the other day. So for those of you using Serum, I'll show you kind of how I made this chord really fast. It sounds pretty dope. Let me give you the sample. That sounds dope right there. It's actually really easy to make. All I use is the basic initial preset saw chord that they have here. I brought the unison to 7 and detuned it a little bit closer so it's not too detuned. And then after that, I basically just added a filter and I drew in this LFO, simple little, you know, like going up, straight back down, a little bit off the first beat so it has a fade to it, a fade into it. This LFO is modulating the filter cutoff at a 1/16 of a beat. And for the processing, I just added very minor distortion. I think I actually have the LFO modulating the distortion too. So it's like distorting a little bit as it's going. The compressor's on it just to glue everything together. And then I added another EQ to make sure the highs never come in because I want it to be that like filtered tone. And I'm actually gonna add a little bit of portamento to it so it glides up a little bit. Dope. So yeah, that sounds really good. I'm feeling kind of like a dreamy, I don't know, summertime vibe. I think I'm gonna modulate the filter cutoff a little bit. So I'm just gonna configure that inside of Ableton so I can draw in the automation. Press configure on the little Serum app and then touch the cutoff. Boom, ready to draw automation. Awesome, that sounds really good. So I'm gonna add a kick to this. Cool, I think I'm gonna add a clap now. Dope, I'm digging that vibe. What else can we add here? There we go, I like that. Add a little room reverb. By the way, like I have a whole little system set up for my reverbs and delays. If you guys want me to make a video on that, I can totally go like deep into that. Comment below if you want me to do that. Let me know. And then instead of like a closed hi-hat, I think I'm gonna use a shaker. Cool, let's find some snaps. forward. Cool, so I think now for just that part, I'm gonna leave it how it is for now, and I'm gonna add a bass line. A cool little trick I do, like whenever I lay down keys, I just copy the keys over and just add it to the bass, but in the MIDI, I just take the low notes, and that usually works, so long as your theory is correct. For the bass, I'm just gonna have it be, and I'm just gonna make it like a regular sub. Decently long release, make it mono, maybe a little bit of portamento. Now we got a nice bass. Let's see how that sounds. Hell yeah. I think I just did that one instead of that one. Alright, let's try that again. I'm gonna try and make the bass wobble the same way the chords do and see how that sounds. Whew. Cool, let's add a little bit more layers to this. I definitely hear some like vocal chops. Let's see what I can find. It kind of sounds like Mario. Cool, let's pick some vocal chops. See what we got in the library here. By the way, guys, I got all these samples that I'm using right now from Spliced. This is Cashmere's vocal chops and stuff. I use a lot of Cymatic stuff too. I've said this before in videos before, but I always gotta give you guys credit because they have great samples for you to start with. No, that wasn't an ad. I'm just giving some love. Cool, so this beat is almost done. I think I'm just gonna add like a melody on top of everything so it can sound like a song and probably wrap it up from there. We'll see. Dope, guys, so I think the beat is pretty much done. I'm just gonna arrange it a little bit more just to make it sound more like a structured song. A friend of mine wanted me to explain kind of what I do when I finish the video, and honestly the main thing that I do is just mix the track. I kind of just mess with the levels, mess with the panning. I EQ frequencies that are clashing, you know, stuff, very basic stuff. But I do want to show you guys a cool little trick. I have this preset of a master rack. It's really just a preset though, like I don't use this for mastering in total, but just to give you guys an idea of how to make your tracks a little bit louder or to test the mix to see if the mix is sounding good when it is mastering. This little rack is pretty simple. I just have an EQ that's cutting off the sides. It's a mid-side EQ first off. I set that up right here at this little mode. Put the mid-side EQ on, I go to the side and instantly roll out everything that's under 100 hertz. Anything that's on the sides of your mix under 100 hertz will cause nothing but mud for your mix, so that's bad news. Take that out. It's the first thing I do, and that's usually the only thing I do. Maybe I'll turn the highs down a little bit, control the bass a little bit. I throw a multi-band compressor just to compress everything. It's kind of just the preset that comes with it. And then I have a glue compressor to catch peaks, quick release, quick attack, regular ratio. Let's see where I find peaks. So right about there, it's catching those little peaks, bring it up maybe a little bit. And then this final EQ, I just kind of boost the highs a little bit, boost the lows back since we're compressing everything, but only by like a tiny bit, you know, no more than 2 decibels. And then with the gain, I just bring it all the way up, and I bring it all the way up until I start hearing distortion, even though it's hitting red. Crazy, huh? Big old difference. Check that out. When I turn it on, and then with it on. Cool. So that's pretty pretty much it, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new, once again, I know you guys are out there. Please hit the subscribe button. Your subscription really does mean the world to me. I appreciate any support that you guys give. Follow me on Instagram for little previews of new releases that I'm going to be putting out pretty soon here for the summertime. And yeah, hope you guys like it. Any ideas, any comments, any concerns, please leave them in the comments. Stay tuned if you guys want to see what the beat is going to sound like. But besides that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Go spread some love. Later.